What's going on, guys? It's Jerome back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. This week we have a very interesting episode for you guys. There are a couple of new custom colorways, one of which I actually couldn't believe my eyes that they made this custom sneaker. All I'm gonna say about them is fruit. Yes, I know, very intriguing, but there's also a brand new signature sneaker debut this episode as well, which is always exciting. So make sure you got a snack, you relax, you kick back, and enjoy this week's episode of NBA Kicks. Starting off the list at number 10 is Jaren Jackson Jr. with the Nike Zoom GT Run. All right, am I seeing these correctly? Is Jaren Jackson Jr. really rocking a custom watermelon colorway? Yes, these are indeed a watermelon custom. I mean, how could they not be? You got the green and pink color scheme, complete with black seed speckles and a patterned green rind on the upper, which can only resemble one thing: a watermelon. Now, I didn't know that Triple J loves watermelon that much, but what I do know is that I don't love a fruit so much that I would commission a custom colorway inspired by that fruit. But if I did, I would probably choose something like passion fruit or guava, one of those. Let me know what fruit you guys would pick to be the inspiration behind a custom colorway. I'm hoping you guys have some pretty creative answers, but if anybody says durian, just leave the chat. Next up at number 9, we have Jeff Green with the Air Jordan 38. If you haven't been following the show all season, Jeff Green has been blowing our minds with unreleased, never before seen colorways of various iconic Jordan silhouettes. But now he's slowing things down a bit. However, I still really like this colorway. Inspired by the classic playoff colorway of the Air Jordan 8, this colorway of the Jordan 38 came out extremely clean with that iconic black, red, and white color scheme alongside the nostalgic 90s graphics on both the midsole and tongue. Sometimes these older colorways can feel a little bit forced on the newer silhouettes, but in this case, I think the playoff colorway works very well on the Jordan 38s, as they're good enough to snag the number 9 spot on this week's list. Coming in at number 8, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the Converse AllStar BB Trilliant CX. All right, so I gotta admit, I've been a little underwhelmed with Converse this season. However, they do make a solid entry with this new colorway. Now, I say I'm underwhelmed because we just haven't seen much from Converse on court this season, as they really only have one silhouette in their lineup, and that one silhouette is solid, but you just feel like they could be doing a lot more, especially with the MVP caliber season that Shai is having. Either way, Converse does hook Shai up with this beautiful pink colorway of the Trilliant CXs, which don't have much to them, but I do gotta give props for the clean aesthetic, and also because they really made me crave strawberry ice cream when I was looking at them. But seriously, Converse, can we get a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander signature silhouette? I mean, I certainly think he's worthy enough of it, and I think it could do huge things for the Canadian market, as they really haven't had a signature athlete since like Vince Carter, and that might not even count because he wasn't Canadian like Shai is. Next up at number 7, we got Cole Anthony with the Adidas Exhibit A Mid. Despite not being an official 90s baby, Cole Anthony is still trying to catch them all with this custom Pokemon colorway. Using a two-tone look with Ash Ketchum on the left and Charmeleon on the right, at least I think that's Charmeleon. Either way, love the two-tone look with the hot and cold color scheme, and the artwork on the characters themselves is absolutely spot on, which has got to be tough to do on a three-dimensional canvas such as a sneaker. I mean, seriously, I don't think we give shoe customizers enough credit for how difficult it must be to put artwork on such a tough canvas that is a shoe. I mean, I could barely draw a good stick figure on a flat surface, so shout out to Fatcast for the incredible work, but if we can get a Hitmonlee custom colorway, that's my favorite Pokemon, and I don't think my guy gets enough love, so let's see if you can do it. Next up at number 6 is LaMelo Ball with the Puma MB03. Melo's third signature model is one of the more divisive signature silhouettes in the league right now. So let's finally settle the score right here, right now. Personally, I think the MB03s are a little too busy for my personal liking. However, I do respect the fact that it totally caters to the majority of LaMelo Ball fans, which I think is no secret, tend to skew a little bit younger. I actually respect Puma a lot for understanding who they're targeting and creating a shoe for that consumer. And just because it doesn't cater to me perfectly, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad shoe. This latest colorway that LaMelo rocked against the Kings uses a vibrant orange color scheme, which features the same graphic on the upper that we saw previously on a green colorway, which both seem to be inspired by LaMelo Ball's fashion line, Love France. Let me know what you guys think about the MB03s in the comment section below, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that if you're younger, you're gonna say they're dope, and if you're older, you're gonna say they're trash. Coming in halfway at number 5 is Jason Tatum with the Jordan Tatum 2. Jordan Brand has not been shorting us of new colorways of Jason Tatum's second signature silhouette. And this time, they hooked JT up with a new colorway inspired by chocolate milk. That's right, apparently this colorway is inspired by chocolate milk with its swirled graphic on the upper alongside multiple shades of brown, which I have to say look very good on the silhouette. And to top things off, Jordan Brand also added some splashes of red, which are always a welcome addition. Between these and the pink lemonades that we've seen in the past, Jason Tatum sure loves his beverages, which I find absolutely hilarious, but nonetheless, new and unique colorways are always welcome here on NBA Kicks. Hot take though, I was never personally into chocolate milk, even as a kid. I know it's weird, roast me. Next up at number 4, we got Bobby Portis with the Nike Zoom Kobe 6. So I know what you're thinking. You're saying to yourself, I've definitely seen these before, but I'm here to tell you, I don't think you have. Now we all know the Kobe 6s had a couple of Black History Month colorways, one in black and one in white, but the pair that Bobby Portis rocked during the Martin Luther King weekend has some slight changes from the original white pair that you may be thinking of. As you can see, both the swoosh and heel cup are painted in black, or maybe that's a very, very dark shade of green. I'm not really too sure. But what I am sure of is that these are not the original BHM Kobe 6s and are either a custom colorway or an unreleased version, or maybe, just maybe, even an upcoming version that Nike has in their back pocket. Whatever the case may be, this was very interesting indeed. The Kobe 6s are one of my all-time favorite silhouettes. I mean, I love pretty much every colorway, so I was really excited to see these, and I almost thought it was like a Mandela effect type situation where I remembered one thing, but in reality, it was something else. But if I had to guess, this colorway might just be an upcoming BHM colorway that we should see Nike release sometime next month. At least I hope so. Next up at number 3 is Devin Booker with the Nike Book 1. Nike and Devin Booker are on fire right now with yet another colorway of Devin Booker's first signature model. So for the past couple of weeks, Nike has been dropping new colorways of the Book 1, which are directly inspired by all-time classics. And this week, they used that same formula again, this time using the metallic purple Air Jordan 1s as their inspiration. Now you might be thinking to yourself, the metallic purple Air Jordan 1s? Yes, there was an original player exclusive colorway that used a white and metallic purple color scheme way back in 1985, but that same colorway was actually retroed in 2009 and re-retroed as a women's exclusive in 2021. It makes perfect sense that Nike would go to this colorway to put on the Book 1 as they perfectly match Booker's son's uniform and also maintains the tradition of using classic Nike silhouettes as their inspiration. I do, however, think we're all kind of secretly waiting for a bread colorway of the Book 1s to drop, but until then, we gotta shout out the metallic purple Book 1s as they officially take the number 3 spot on this week's episode. Coming in as our runner-up, we got Donovan Mitchell with the Don issue number 5. Surprisingly, there weren't a ton of Martin Luther King Jr. inspired sneakers on MLK Day. However, Donovan Mitchell made sure to pay his respects. Using a beautiful white, black, and metallic gold color scheme, this colorway pays homage to Martin Luther King with various tags on the heel, which all remind us of the importance of Martin Luther King Jr. himself and why he was such an important historical figure. Martin Luther King Day has always been a big holiday for the NBA, so it's great to see the boys on the court honor the man who did so much off of it, and plus, who doesn't love a white, black, and gold colorway? Solid visuals and an important message. I mean, this is exactly why I do the show, to showcase sneakers like this week in and week out. So shout out to Spido Mitchell for a more than solid entry. Finally, at number 1, we got CJ McCullum with the Li-Ning CJ3. All right, so I'll admit that I kind of messed up with the CJ3 because CJ has actually been rocking these for a few weeks now and I forgot to mention them. However, I think my tardiness did work out for the best because this has got to be the best colorway of the CJ3 so far. Now yes, the automatic number 1 spot for signature sneaker debuts is helping CJ and Li-Ning out here to get to the number 1 spot this week, but I have to say this silhouette really did surprise me. The unique design for the Li-Ning logo on the upper is quite elegant if I don't say so myself, and the external heel cup design uses that same kind of cursive fancy aesthetic, which I think pair perfectly with the red and navy color scheme that of course fit right in with the Pelican team uniforms. Not only is the visual design of the CJ3 exquisite in my opinion, but I also have to say that they look pretty comfortable as well. So really, the outside looking in, the CJ3 looks like a low-key banger. I don't know what it is about this silhouette, but I think this is a very unique visual design that separates itself from other signature silhouettes on the market right now. And plus, it's got to feel good for CJ rocking his very own sneaker on an NBA floor. So allow me to officially crown the CJ3s as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 10 of the 2023-24 season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode of NBA Kicks. I really do think companies are gonna start heating up with brand new colorways as we inch closer to All-Star Weekend. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes. My name's Jaron. It's great having you. Catch you guys next week. Peace.